Interfaces have another very important role in the Java programming language. Interfaces are not part of the class hierarchy, although they work in combination with classes. The Java programming language does not permit multiple inheritance. Inheritance is discussed later in this lesson. But interfaces provide an alternative. In Java, a class can inherit from only one class, but it can implement more than one interface. Therefore, objects can have multiple types, the type of their own class and the type of all the interfaces that they implement. This means that if a variable is declared to be the type of an interface, its value can reference any object that is instantiated from any class that implements the interface. An interface can extend other interfaces, just as a class can extend or subclass another class. However, whereas a class can extend only one other class, an interface can extend any number of interfaces. The interface declaration includes a comma-separated list of all the interfaces that it extends. When a new class is defined, the compiler automatically views the class as a new type. This also occurs with interfaces. The compiler considers the interface a type, though it cannot be used to declare variables or method parameters. Application Programming Interfaces, or APIs, are common in commercial software products. Typically, a company sells a software package that contains complex methods that another company wants to use in its own software product. An example would be a package of digital imaging processing methods that are sold to companies making end-user graphics programs. The image processing company writes its classes to implement an interface, which it makes public to its customers. The graphics company then invokes the image processing methods using the signatures and return types defined in the interface. While the image processing company's API is made public to its customers, its implementation of the API is kept as a closely guarded secret. In fact, it may revise the implementation at a later date as long as it continues to implement the original interface that its customers have relied on. Abstract classes should be used when the class relationship is a true relationship. If that does not exist, you should use an interface. If an abstract class can provide an implementation at a required or appropriate level of abstraction, you should use an abstract class. This may be more difficult to determine with new programmers, and you will not generally run into such issues at this level. Interfaces should be used in place of an abstract class when the methods that are defined in the interface represent only a small portion of the class, or when a subclass needs to inherit directly from another class, and you want to use additional methods.